Shari, let's begin by telling me a little bit about yourself, maybe your name, where you live, or what you do, and then we'll get to the questions.
Okay, my name is Sherry Asbury, and I live in Menifee, California. Currently, right now, I'm a teacher, and I also invest in real estate. And I'm a mom, a grandma.
All
That's
right.
about it. Yeah.
Thank you. So, how did you come across Walter? Was it word of mouth, or did you find him through another method?
Yes, I found Walter through another method. So I've known Walter for, oh my goodness, since maybe 2015 or 2016, something around that time. We were in a leadership program through Landmark, and that's how I met him.
Okay. And what brought
Mhm.
you to choose coaching, or what was your situation like beforehand that had you choose coaching?
What was my situation like? Well, I talked to Walter. Well, since I knew him from the Landmark program, I would talk to him, you know, regularly, and we would just talk about what was going on in my life, what things I was, having challenges with. And so I can't even remember what the particular thing was at that time, but he asked me if I would want to start coaching with him. And so that's how it happened.
All right. And what was it like for you going through coaching with Walter?
Well, well, I'm in California and he's in Hawaii.
Yeah.
So, our coaching sessions were, I think initially when we started coaching, we would do something like what we're doing right now. We would
Yeah.
have a video call. We would schedule a video call once a week, and he would give me like assignments to do, like books to read or questions to answer, to look over, and stuff like that. So, it was pretty easy. He was very flexible, working out times that worked for, when I had, like, we didn't have like Tuesday at 2 o'clock or something like that. It was just like I would give him my schedule and we would schedule the coaching sessions during that time.
All right. And after your situation was resolved, what was it like for you?
You know, I I guess I would say like I saw life in a different light after the coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Um, especially like with some of the books that he had me read during that time. And like I would even recommend those same books to people afterwards. But I think I probably had a more optimistic outlook on life, my situation, like the things I was going through. Um, because, for example, like I said at the beginning, I'm a teacher, and at some point I decided like I didn't that I wanted to work more as like a business owner or entrepreneur. And that was like a real struggle for me, making that change from having, I still have a job, but, making the change from being a teacher to like the money that I make is going to come from just what I do and not from like, I'm not just going to get a paycheck every week or something like that. So, so his coaching was really helpful during that transition.
All right. And you can say that you were left with a different approach in your thinking during.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Yeah.
Can you describe a breakthrough that you had that will stay with you going forward?
Well, I know I was talking to Walter about this, or we were talking about like during that time, um, I wanted to get a Tesla, and um, and you know, I usually when I think about getting a car, I always get the car that like I can afford, or like if the payments are like $300, like, okay, I can afford that, right? I never really ever got like the car I really wanted. I would just get like the car I could afford. Well, that I thought I could afford. And so like during that time, we were just working on like manifesting that car. I don't know if any other people believe that kind of stuff, but just like I wrote down that that's what I want, and then we just worked on having that like happen in my life, that situation happen in my life.
Okay.
So yeah. And so I
And
have my Tesla now.
oh, that's amazing. That's good to hear. Um,
Mhm.
was there something or anything that's specifically unique about working with Walter?
Uh, you know, boy. So Walter's been a friend of mine for a long time. Um, and so that's been kind of like a difference for me than with the other people that I usually have coached with. Because usually I coach with, somebody recommends somebody to you, or you find them through, a medical plan or something like that. And I don't really think that I would have been able to get the kind of coaching that I got through our, yeah, through any of those other types of like organizations like through Kaiser, or, you know, uh, what's United Health Plan or whatever it is. Um, because I don't really think that you have such like in-depth or personal experiences with those people. It's like you when you go to a doctor, or maybe like a coach that you're coaching with, it's like you see them on Tuesday, and you just see them the next Tuesday, and then they just know about your life through what you tell them about your life. But I've known Walter for a long time, and so like he actually knows me. He
So
actually really knows me.
it's not just during the coaching, but you build a connection and long-term relationships.
Yes, yes. And so um I that's why I enjoyed working with Walter, because of because he is in my life, and he really does know what's going on in my life. It's not just from like what I tell him. That he knows, he actually does know about what's going on in my life.
Amazing. And what specific results did you create that you don't believe would have happened without his coaching?
Um, well, as far as like investing in real estate and everything, I think I always had this doubt about whether I was able to do it or am able to do it. And I think like the confidence in knowing that I can do that, um, and like continue to do that, that's one thing that really sticks out for me. It's just, you know, um, the confidence that I got as a result of just like working with him about those things over the time that we were coaching.
And would you recommend working with Walter to other people?
Yeah, I definitely would, and I have referred other people to him.
Hmm.
Um, and just from my conversations with him, one area that I really see that he has a lot of influence is with like husband and wife relationships,
Hmm.
right? Um, and so, I often recommend him to people like husband and wives, or just like anybody who is having a challenge with a certain um, or particular situation in life.
Hmm. And do you have any other comments you would like to add before we end the interview?
I think um, I think whatever I've said is. you know,
That's all.
yeah,
All right.
that's all I have to
Thank you
say.
so much for sharing your experience with Walter. It's really awesome to hear how his coaching made a positive impact in your life. And I wish you continued growth and success as you move forward with your new mindset. And definitely, if anyone asks, I'll definitely recommend them to work with Walter.
Yes,
Thank you so
exactly.
much.